Hello and welcome to Workout Wednesday 2022 Week 3 solution. This week we're going over this Workout Wednesday where we're looking at comparing the percent difference from a selected date. So let's get started. So first off, what we need to do is we need to make sure that we have all of our companies together ready to go. And then we also want our dates. So we want that by month. So here we have all of our dates right now. And then I'm going to also add in our average close to our rows. So here we can see we've got our starting point on our dates. And now what we want to do is we want to be able to select a specific date on our chart to then be able to compare before and after the percent difference of that particular mark itself. So I'm going to create my parameter. I'm just going to call this reference date. Change this to a date. And I'm going to leave this as 01/01/2021. So we can pick up 1st of January 2021. So I'm going to click OK and I'm going to right click and I'm going to show my parameter. And then I'm going to add my reference line in so that we have it ready to go. So now I need to bring back the value for this particular point as my reference sales. So let's just call this reference close. So we're going to say if the reference date equals our month of date, then give me our close value. Okay, so I'm going to click apply to show you exactly what it's doing throughout the whole thing. So you can see now we're getting our individual elements on there. And then what we're going to do from there is we're just going to go Windows Max of our average calculation. I'm going to hit OK and it's going to break things, so I'm going to add that back into our view. And now you can see that our values have replicated across all of our individual companies. So I'm going to click on my average close. I'm going to make sure that that is selected as our month of date, an unticked company. So it's restarting for every company that we have. So we have that now, and now we just want to create our percent difference. So let's do that. So what we want to do is we want to do our average close minus our reference close divided by our reference close. Click OK. And then we're just going to give this our default format for our percentage. So now when I drag that on, you'll see now that everything is changing based on that particular reference date. If I now change this to the previous 1st of the month, you'll see everything starts to move. So I'm going to remove my reference close and I'm going to add my average close onto my tooltip. So we're starting to see very familiar as to what we've got already. Now, what else we need to do here is we need to pull back this selected sales so that it's on the right date and so that it's on our 0% mark. So our selected sales here, so it's on our 0% mark. Now, if I did the average of 0, what's going to happen is that's going to bring one line all the way across. So we need to create another calculation which then looks at just that individual 0%. So we're just going to call this 0 point, and we're going to say if the reference date equals our month of date, then give me 0, else give me null. End. Okay, and we're going to add that to our view. We're going to right click, dual axes, always synchronize, remove measure names from our values, and also get rid of that company element. And let's make sure that this is a big black circle here. So we're almost there. We can hide our indicators as well. So the last piece that we need to do, or the second to last piece, is we need to add our labels to the end, but we also need to extend our date and be able to click on any one of these. So let's start with that. So I'm going to go to Worksheet and Actions. And this time, as you can see here, we already have our selected date. So I'm just going to remove that and recreate it. So we're going to change our parameter. And I'm going to put it onto our stocks dataset. So if I bring it into my dashboard, it will keep it there. I'm going to select my reference date and use my month of date. And I'm just going to call this select date. I'm going to keep the current value. Click OK and OK again. And now when I click on it, it's now going to move over to our selected date. Okay, brilliant. So next up, we need to extend this date range. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a calculated field. Just call this extend date. And we're just going to say date add month. And I'm just going to add, let's say 6 months onto our max order date. So I'm just going to wrap this in a LOD. Oh, not order date, sorry, it's just date. And then close that off here. And then we have our date. So I'm going to add that onto our marks card. So I'm going to option drag it on and just choose continuous. I'm going to add another reference line in here, which is going to be our extend date. So you can see it moves it over there. I'm going to not have a line, not have a label, and not have a tooltip. So it's kind of pretty hidden there. And now we're going to add our labels to the end. So what we're going to do is we're going to add our % difference onto label. We're going to label our most recent value. Okay. And then we're going to make sure that the color matches the mark label. And then we're also going to add our company onto label as well. And finally, we're then going to make sure that this is the correct way around and that it is all right aligned. And you'll notice on mine as well that we have the up and down arrows, so we can always add those in as well by, if you go into your % difference, default properties, number format, you can then add in your up and down arrows into this option here. So that's it for this particular Workout Wednesday. I hope you enjoyed it and got used to using table calculations. Finish it off by formatting with the background and just making sure that everything aligns with the right colours and things like that. But good luck, and I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much. Goodbye.